Let's talk now with House Minority Leader, California Republican Congressman Kevin McCarthy, who represents the area where the earthquake struck. Leader McCarthy, it's great to have you.
Thanks for having me back. I appreciate it.
You folks in California are used to earthquakes, but 6.4 is pretty significant. How are things in your district?
You know, when you live in California, you've been through many earthquakes, but this is a much different earthquake. We've had more than 50, and normally the first earthquake is the strongest, and you have these aftershocks. This one actually built up. We're very fortunate. There is damage. There's about 5 different fires. We've got cracks in a road. We've got a hospital that they're evaluating, but they've moved people out to evaluate to see with any damage and others. We've got a very important military base out there, China Lake. But we're fortunate because the size of this earthquake, you got to think for a moment, 2.5 hours away, the buildings in New York buildings in Los Angeles were shaking. Mm-hmm. I live in Bakersfield, about an hour away. The movement, pools were splashing, things were coming off the wall. We've been through a number of these, but this size is much larger, and you remember always the ones that are this large.
Folks from the U.S. Geological Survey and Caltech suggest there will likely be large aftershocks. What are your concerns?
Well, my concern we're fortunate because this is more in the Mojave Desert area and not as populated. When the Northridge hit, which was bigger than this, but very severe, highways collapsed and others, but it happened so early in the morning, people were not on the roads at that time. We still lost a few casualties, and here we're fortunate, but just earlier this week in the southern end of this district, in with Los Angeles, we had a number of earthquakes, about 10, and they're talking about it might be 2 seismic areas coming together, so you never know. I mean, my city of Bakersfield got pretty much wiped out in the 50s from an earthquake, mm-hmm. But we build to bigger standards, we prepare ourselves for it, and the first responders have worked so well together in collaboration with the mayor and everybody else. So we are fortunate of how well everybody's worked together.
So the priorities at this point for first responders are going to check just to be sure that roads are safe and that there's not more extensive damage that may be hidden?
Yeah, you want to make sure first your gas line. How do you turn off your gas line?
Okay,
so making sure the fires, and then we've got our military base looking for the water main, making sure the runways are good, making sure you got supplies. Right now, we're very fortunate because the size of this earthquake, you would have expected much more damage because of the size, but I think the preparation of what we've done before prepared us for this situation. It's not like a weather person can tell you an earthquake's going to happen.
Right.
They just hit.
Leader Kevin McCarthy of the great state of California, our best to you and the good folks out there.
All right. Happy 4th to all of you.
Thank you.